And welcome back to another edition of the YodelCast. We are currently covering the CSN tournament with the $2,500 prize pool. We are going to be watching the round 2 matchup between Team Egocentric and Team Epidemic, formerly known as Team Onyx. This will be a matchup of the 10th seed, Egocentric, and the 7th seed, Epidemic. In a best-of-3 matchup, we will be playing Rain Dance, Catabatic, and then Dry Dock as a tiebreaker if necessary, which we hope will be necessary. Just going to go down the rosters real quick. On Diamond Sword, we have Team Egocentric starring M-Star, Small Kiwi, Sweetness, Budokai, Adip, David Bowie, and Xanther. On Team Blood Eagle, we've got Team Epidemic. Sorry, I'm still getting used to their new name. Featuring a Lakbon, Mike Axe 2, Rip058, Mexico, Trism GG, Blue Jay, and Leech. I have not seen these two teams match up all that often, but from what I can tell and from what I know of each of the players, this should be a very good matchup, as they are pretty even in skill and ability, and hopefully the coordination should give us some fun highlights to see this game. Do you have any expectations here, Freelii?
Well, Egocentric seems to have started off the tournament a little better than they had been playing previous games, so I think they actually have a good chance of staying in this match and putting up a good fight at least. I do find it interesting they've changed up their setup a little bit from the last time we saw them play. They do have an HOF, and this time Sweetness looks like he's going to be covering the Sentinel instead of playing directly on the flag.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see how that plays out. Their last time on Rain Dance didn't go so well. Let's hope things change. I'm currently watching Trism here coming in for a run. Going about 330, but there is a force field left. He's going to need to do something about that, and he does go down. And on the other side, we did have David Bowie try to make a grab, but he just died on the hill right next to it as well, so we are going to have a good reset there. It's interesting to note that, as you mentioned, they are running a Hoff on Egocentric, but they do have one on the other side as well as a Technician, which is very interesting because usually the speeds you're coming in at make it fairly irrelevant to have a Technician because the turrets aren't going to do anything. But we can see here they're placing these energy mines on the hill that they expect them to be coming or going to after grabbing the flag, so it's possible that they're just aiming to prevent the capper from going anywhere after grabbing the flag rather than working on preventative measures.
So why then is Egocentric not running a force field in mines, or are they planning on like a last-second setup against cappers?
I have seen them do a couple of last-second setups. I don't really like that strategy, though. One mistake and you're in trouble. David Bowie's coming in here for a grab, but he was all alone. There was no clearing at all, and on the other side, Trism grabbed it briefly, but he didn't get anywhere either. I'm assuming he got knocked or body blocked off. Did you see what happened there?
He did get body blocked by M-Star.
Yeah, as to why they're not running a force field in mines, I believe the only real reason is because I think their generators are down. My apologies, viewers, for not having the HUD up. But if their generators are down, M-Star has to kill out to get the reset of the force field in mines, and I think they had one up earlier which got destroyed, so until they have enough points for an inventory station, I don't think we should expect to see any of them come up.
Oh, there he just dropped a mine there, actually. I guess he was saving them up.
That's also possible. Trism is pretty far out there. Xanther is being distracted nicely here by Mike Axe 2, preventing the snipes. You see he is trying to get a couple snipes off there just to alert him a little bit. They do know he's incoming, though, so this should be fairly easy. Let's quickly watch him as he's coming in. M-Star there does go down, but he does get killed by an explosion?
It was the mine. No, it was not the mine. I'm not sure what it was.
All I saw was that he was killed by an explosion. I honestly didn't see what. I guess he got mid-aired by something very nice. Good job on whoever that was. My apologies for completely missing it, because that's very curious. I would have loved to see. I have to watch that again on replay. Okay, let's watch the other side a little bit here. See what we can get going from Team Egocentric side. This is a very long map in terms of setup, so it should take a little while for cappers to set up. But it also gives their team enough time to get set up. We can see Adip here in that Raider, ready to distract. He's just waiting on the word from, I believe David Bowie is going to be their sole capper this game. Yeah, he's the only one in Pathfinder. So he's just going to start waiting for him to be ready. Small Kiwi also getting ready. They just need to basically clear this stand and push that heavy off, and then they should be good to go. But, yeah, Kiwi's starting the bombardment now. The sniper is on top of the tower. We see the Raider spam coming in here now as well. we should have David Bowie arriving here in about 5 seconds, or maybe they've started too soon. Adip's chucking some nice nades there, clearing out the force field. The force field is down. They are going to set up another one instantly, though. They do need to get this taken down. Small Kiwi's down. David Bowie's coming in for the grab, but no, he was not great timing on, to be honest, on their part. The force field was down there for a decent time, but they had more than enough time to go back and plant it. If he'd come in at that specific time, I think they would have been fine, but no dice, so it's actually good to see no caps coming in the first 5 minutes, because as anyone who's watched the previous casts knows, the last time a team got a cap off in a match we were watching, they just turtled the rest of the game, and I really don't want to see that. That doesn't do this map justice as to how good it is.
Yeah, I've actually been watching the Egocentric stand over here. Imstar was actually down for a couple seconds, I think, because of mortar spam. Sweetness came in just in time to stop the first Epidemic capper, and then Imstar got back in time and they managed to change out the second one. There was a nice bit of defensive play on Egocentric, and that's something they were lacking those last couple games that we watched. It's really nice to see them fix up that hole.
Yeah, the other thing that's going to be really interesting and fun to watch is the fact that in the last map we noticed that the sniper was a pretty big letdown for Team SKO, who Egocentric faced, but Alakbon is a much more reputable sniper, and he has been getting a couple nice snipes off already that have been very clutch and prevented David Bowie from even getting close to the flag. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they manage to respond to actually having to face a really good, or fairly good sniper. As actually, I've got to follow this. We have a grab cycle coming out here from Blue Jay. Whether he's using it for anything special or he's just going to come do some spam with his brute, I'd love to see some sort of weird brute capping going on. That would be hilarious, weird, and awesome all at the same time. So we're just going to follow him a little bit here. Those fractals are obviously very powerful. The problem is the grab cycle can die very easily, so if he gets caught out here by Sweetness, he could just go down if he doesn't eject in time. I reckon he's probably going to get close to the flag stand and then just chuck the fractals and eject and hope that they clear everything out, and that does look like to be what he's doing. Yep, he's throwing a grenade, and there comes the first fractal, there comes the second fractal. The stand will be cleared, and unfortunately it does look like he went down, but there we go. Mike Axe coming in there with a nice grab, but he's down to 15 health. Does get instantly chained down by Adip. I think that was some great sniping there by Xanther previously to take him low on health so that when he grabbed the flag, he took a little bit of extra damage from just from landing on it, and a couple chain gun shots took him out.
Yeah, actually, that was some brilliant coordinated offense there. The problem was that all of Egocentric's offense had actually died at that point, and the remaining 4 of them spawned, so that capper just did not stand a chance.
Yeah, that's absolutely for sure. And the other thing is, looking at it, the teams are pretty heavily defensive-oriented. We notice they each have a sniper, I want to say. Of course they have a sniper. Yeah, Alakbon and Xanther, both doing the sniping, so they've each got a sniper. They each have a Hoth. We see a technician on only one side, but I know Sweetness is on the other. So they're having 3 fairly strong defensive classes, and I think there generally is a 4th one hanging around at least ready to do something and help out. I could be wrong on that, but I believe at least Egocentric has a 4th one going, because I only see David Bowie, Adip, and Small Kiwi coming in to distract. So that must mean that... No, Budokai is apparently also doing distracting, but in any case, we had a grab out. I did not notice it, my bad. It was a off the big mountain grab for Mike Axe 2. He is down to 384 health, but he is getting away. He does get sniped down there, 171 health. Oh, that snipe barely misses Xanther. Can he get this last shot off? He is being escorted now by Blue Jay. He does get another shot off. He is down to 30, and there's a great snipe by Xanther. That's incredibly long range, giving David Bowie a little bit of time here to cut off from his route and maybe go intercept this. No whiteouts allowed, as we just get the reminder from people. They are banned for this tournament due to some bugs that are currently going on, but in any case, Trism coming in here to make the grab. He does make the grab. He is pretty low. He tries to toss it off to Mike Axe, misses completely. Budokai and Sweetness coming in here to try and make a little bit of a problem of this. 642 health. He is being chased. He's being sniped down a little bit. He tries to make a punt, punts it brilliantly off to Leech. Small Kiwi coming in there, makes a nice Nitron toss. It's right next to the flag stand. Are they going to be able to get the return? Small Kiwi coming in, does manage to get it with a nice pop. Pop the flag right to him, resulting in the return. Great play by them, preventing the 1-0. Wow, that was fairly intense. A little bit of sloppy play there on Team Epidemic side. Sorry, I'm still really getting used to their name. With the flag tossing and the flag punting. The flag punt was very nice. The flag toss beforehand cost them a couple seconds, which honestly probably cost them that cap. But very nice grab out from them. It's good to see that they got that out. I didn't see it. I hope you did. But some great chasing there by Egocentric. I mean, props to them on getting that flag back. I thought they were done.
Yeah, very tenacious offense by Egocentric. I thought they'd actually missed it because two of their players actually overshot the initial chance they had to return it. But it was a brilliant little jumper attack there by David Bowie for the return at the last second.
Yeah, and it's interesting that Mike Axe 2 is the capper now. I feel like they had someone else capping at the beginning that wasn't Mike Axe 2. Trism, I think, was capping originally, wasn't he? Yeah, you see he's coming in here. Are they running a 2-capper?
They are running a 2-capper.
Okay. That's an interesting strategy. Their offense did not quite work so well this time. I think their Brute was taken down before he even got to the flag to spam the Fractals. It does look like the Fractal spamming plus capping is going to be their strategy. I honestly think I see a big problem with that. Can you guess what it is?
I'm just going to go with Sniper, but that's just a wild guess.
Not what I think, honestly. I believe it's called team damage, because you can't throw the Fractals and have your Pathfinder run through him. He's going to take an enormous amount of damage.
You know, I completely forgot about that. The CSN has the team damage on.
Yep, it's 100% team damage, so if you take a Nitron and the Fractal, you will be low enough that one full sniper shot will take you out, so I'm honestly not a big fan of that now that I think of it. Unless they do the clearing and then manage to get in right when the Fractal gets out. And you see Blue Jay there coming out. He's much too late. Mike Axe is trying to slow down. They do take the force field down. He does get the grab off. Oh, buddy ran right into M-Star and did get taken out from the Super Heavy, which unfortunately bounced the flag right up in the air, resulting in Trism missing it as well, and the flag will just be sitting out here in the field, and that's a little bit of a shame because M-Star was pretty low, but because that flag got bounced off in the air, Trism had no chance to make a grab once Mike Axe went down. That's a very weird bug. I would have expected the flag to bounce right into M-Star and be returned, but the Tribes God said, you know what, we're going to bounce this flag up, and lo and behold, nothing happened.
Yeah, pretty much. I haven't really seen any good effort on Egocentric part, though, to actually get the flag. I have been watching the others' Egocentric side a little bit too much, but it seems like they have not had good clearing offense. So they really need to pick that up if they even want to get the flag anywhere near their home.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look over here now at the Epidemic flag base, and they are running with a grab cycle. It looks like Small Kiwi's coming in there for a little bit of spam, as well as some Raider spam, so they are actually going for it here. This looks like it could be a great start. We do have a grab there from Mike Axe 2, so I just want to watch this flag and see if David Bowie can get the grab off. He does not. Alakbon managed to get some great snipes off and prevented that from turning into anything, or else he would have been away free. Mike Axe did get the field to about halfway. Trism is coming in here for the grab. He misses it. Oh, wow. That is, to be honest, an epic failure. Small Kiwi there going for the E-grab. Tries to do a frag, toss a grenade out, punt with the overpowered disc-throwing weapons that his class, I believe Juggernaut, has. But he failed the punt, so that was a quick return. But going back to what we just saw, the flag was lying out there in the field right about here, and Trism just slid right by it, letting Xanther come in right behind him and pick it up. If he had managed to get that grab off, I think he would have been fine, because, to be honest, Xanther wasn't really focused on taking him down. He's much more focused on getting that return, so another little mishap there is starting to cost. Oh, and we do see a Shrike out on the field here. Mike Axe 2. Oh, are we going to see a Shrike cap, do you think?
That's something I'd like to see, although isn't that a... See, that's a crash cycle. I would like to see that, because at this point it seems like it's the only way they're actually going to get away fast enough, because they've been able to pretty much just stay on the carrier long enough to take him down before we can get back.
Yeah, the interesting thing to remember for anyone who's not aware of the CSN rules, I'll just go over them briefly, is the action seems to be a little bit down. Oh, never mind here. We do have the Shrike harassing Xanther, the sniper, but Trism didn't come in, did get taken out as he came in for the flag, and Mike Axe tried to do a Shrike grab there. It was a terrible idea. He's basically just given them a Shrike. It's going to be interesting to see whether they actually take it or destroy it, but he missed the Shrike grab and was taken out, and that Shrike's just going to sit there in the midfield. Doesn't look like anyone's going for it. Sweetness might be hopping in it. Yes. So, going over the CSN rules really quickly. You can have one Shrike per team. So, if they take this Shrike, which it looks like they're doing now, you cannot buy another one. So that's one rule. The other rule is no strikes. which is a very common one, and anyone who's watched casts beforehand will have known about that. You are also not allowed to use whiteouts because there are bugs currently associated with it that prevents you from seeing the little triangles above people's names. And you cannot use the plasma gun or the jackal. The new weapons are basically banned because they're still being balanced. Anyway, we do see Trism coming in here for a grab. He's pretty low, though, already. There wasn't really enough distraction coming on there. The Budokai did spot the grab cycle that contained Leech, who is their fractal thrower, and he took him out before he even managed to get close to the flag, so that was just a little bit of a, I wouldn't say failed, but alright, yeah, I'll say it was failed, as Xanther takes out the secondary capper, who was coming in way too late. That was like 15 seconds late. So we're going to have just a reset here. So we do have 1, 2, 3... Only 3 on defense, it looks like. I had expected a couple more grabs out of only a 3 defense team, but I don't know.
I don't know, it just seems like they can't quite manage to clear that standout. Look at this, even Rip already took Budokai down to half health, and they have not put really any... Oh, there is a mortar on the stand there, finally. But I don't know if they have any cappers actually inbound to capitalize on that in time.
Yeah, their timing is still a little bit off. They had the force field down. Mexico did have to go and do something, but... And you know, go back to the inventory station, but it was too little too late. The capper's just coming in now, and Alakbon does have to spot it. This is going to take him down. There we go, he's already almost dead, and no chance whatsoever. Taken down by a Claymore. So that's basically a shame. We are going to look at the other side here. M-Star's very low. One shot will take him down. And there you go, Mike Axe does manage to get in there, misses the shot that would have killed M-Star, and does get just rebounded bizarrely off the flag tower, resulting in the field just lying there, or flag in the field just lying there, my apologies. And looks like we're just going to go right back to yet another standstill. So I'd love to see a little bit more timing worked on here from Egocentric. I think they have a good chance to get the flag, but they just need to... You know, their clearing has been working, but the capper's not coming in, so they need to be more on the ball, I guess you can say, with it, because if they manage to get a grab, it doesn't look like Team Epidemic is really ready for a chasing game. They really only seem ready for a preventative defense, so if you get the flag and get off the stand, you got a pretty good chance at getting away with that thing.
Yeah, I think one of the problems with timing is people don't realize that on larger maps, what the spawns being a little more spread out and the time it takes to actually get to the enemy base, plus game speeds of different classes, it's actually a little difficult to coordinate a well-timed offense. I think probably both teams could have served to practice a little more in terms of that, although Epidemic is clearly doing a little better job coordinating their offense. They just can't quite get away from Egocentric's chasers, though. But Egocentric, though, I haven't really seen one good coordinated attack yet, and I think that's why they haven't even gotten it on their half of the field, the flag to their half of the field.
Honestly, just before I switched to this flag, the flag grab that happened for Team Epidemic, I was watching the clearing for Egocentric, and I was actually, I must say, I was very impressed. They had Mexico down, the flag stand was completely clear, the capper was coming in just as Mexico had respawned. Mexico spawned on the other side of the hill where I'm looking now. It was going to take them a good 5-10 seconds, and they had 2 people alive. They forgot about one thing. One small thing that would have given them a cap. And it's called a Lakbon sniper. He is jammed on top of that, and they ignored him completely, and he just absolutely dominated David Bowie. If they had even shot up there like twice, I think he would have gotten in, gotten the flag, and gotten home. But because they forgot about him in the heat of the moment, no cap, no dice.
Yeah, I can honestly see this going to a 0-0 tie at this point, because both teams have been completely unable to capitalize and crack through this defense.
Yeah, we did have David Bowie there, did manage to get off the flag stand finally, but it was more of a I am dead and the flag will now go fly off the flag stand type thing. Small Kiwi is going to pick it up, but he's going nowhere. He's got 65 health, there's not really even any point in punting it. Adip was there, but yeah, I think right now their current problem is they're actually getting the clear. Mexico is going down. They are getting the force field down, and that's a great start. The problem is there's only 6.5 minutes left here, and they have not figured out their sniper problem. Because right now, Alakbon is absolutely soloing David Bowie. I mean, the offense is doing great, except for that minor fact that they have a sniper, and they're not dealing with him. And they're just leaving him to dominate their capper. I mean, even on that last grab, he got the flag, And he didn't really die to explosives and stuff that were on the flag. He died because that sniper had shot him beforehand, and he had no chance of surviving because he just had like 200 health when he grabbed it. As we did just see a small little quick grab there for Team Epidemic, but as always, they're really not going anywhere. The defenses on these two sides are locked in, and I just don't see any team getting a grab at this point. It's almost guaranteed going to go into overtime, and if it manages to go to a full stalemate, I don't honestly know what happens. I think we just move on to the next map and see what happens. That'll actually be really interesting.
Yeah, I guess they would set up a fourth map as just sort of the sudden death, whoever wins that one. If it goes to another tie, who knows? They maybe have been counting the number of grabs and give that as a credit towards one of the teams.
Yeah, I know there are 5 maps available in the CSN rotation, so it's possible we will go through them. But I don't think we're going to see this on any of the other things. In the meantime, Trism, though, does manage to get a grab off. This could be key. This could be huge. 358 health. The Shrike is coming in, but he's not going to make it back in time. He is getting all the way home. Small Kiwi trying to do some chain gun fire. Not enough. This is going to be a cap. Nope, he's skiing too fast. He just flew by it. But he is boosting right back up. He jumps over it. He tosses it off to his teammate. Sweetness comes flying in, misses the Shrike, but a great mortar from Kiwi. They do pick it up. He does bounce right over to the flag. And there we go. The unbelievable 1-0 cap. That is most likely going to be the game with the way that these two teams have been playing. I absolutely see them, if they get the flag, they are going to turtle. If not, they will likely just keep 4, if not 5 people on defense, making sure that Egocentric does not have a chance to get this flag off. And I see Leech there has already swapped into an infiltrator. He might still be going on the offense, though. But this spells big problems for Egocentric. They have to respond now because you really don't want to go down one map after playing this for over 20 minutes. It's just really kind of morale-breaking.
Yeah, I guess Egocentric just got kind of lapsed after 20 minutes there. I don't know why they have not changed to a 5-person offense, though, because with this little time left in the game, you have to put the pressure on and you have to get the flag. But they've actually just kept Sweetness in on defense. He was repairing the generator right there. Trism coming in here for another attempt, overshot it as well as the other capper. It looks like that's not really going to happen there, but that's actually interesting. The Epidemic is still running a 3-person offense.
Yeah, that is fairly interesting. I expected them to change it up there, and you see the offense once again was not coordinated at all, and they are stacking the defense. There is so much defense on this team right now, it isn't even funny. The offense was actually doing very well for Egocentric, but a little bit of mistiming there, and David Bowie's been spotted, and he's got no chance. I'm not even going to waste my time looking at it. Did you actually see how Trism got out in the clearing that happened? Because I unfortunately missed it. I was focused on the Egocentric offense at that time.
Imstar got distracted, and Xanther, I think, was actually being dueled at the time. Sweetness was also slightly distracted. There may have been that one sniper shot once Xanther figured out what was going on, but they got caught in a moment of not paying attention.
Yep, they are actually starting to run a 2-capper strategy now for Egocentric. This could be interesting, but they are going to need the clearing. ADIP is not enough to do the clearing all by himself. They need someone else, and I don't really see anyone. I see a grab cycle coming in here, but Small Kiwi's already on his final approach. This is not going to be good news for him. Oh, it's a tank! Wow, I did not see that coming. What a great idea to bring out the tank. The problem is the other Raider's already dead. Alakbon is spotting, waiting. They need to start changing up these routes. Alakbon is just waiting, and he sees them every single time. And I love the addition of a tank, but they really need to do something about this. Either bring in someone else to help distract this sniper, or swap up their routes, because as you see, Alakbon just took him out there. That was all Alakbon. No one else did anything. But they're
playing way too conservatively, I think. That tank really should have been up there clearing the sand, even if it was being attacked, because that was a wasted cap. With 2 minutes to go, you just can't afford to be that conservative.
I agree. They have probably about 2 runs left in them. They only need to get the flag off the stand at this point, but their tank did just go down, as we saw. But they, as I said, I love the addition of the tank, but they got to time it correctly because, once again, the tank came in too late. The Raider was already dead, and Small Kiwi coming in there misses the route. That's going to be a problem. They are really in trouble now. David Bowie's even moving to turn into an offense, but they're coming in one by one. This is not going to go well for them. What are they thinking? What's he doing? Is he going to go in there for a punt strategy? He's spamming much too early. Their capper's not even ready. That's just a waste of time. They're already down to 1 minute now. And Budokai's
every time I look up, it's like Egocentric has just got 4 or 5 people on their side of the field still. They're just not moving. I think this is it.
Yeah, I think they're toast at this point, too. They're just not coordinating. And look at this. Budokai's standing there. I don't see anyone else coming in. I see small Kiwis setting up for a route, but they're obviously just stacking the defense right now. There's no chance they're getting away with this unless they have a seriously coordinated offense. They've even got a strikeout now. But all I see is Budokai, small Kiwis coming in on his final approach, and look at this. No clearing whatsoever. This is game right there. They don't have any chance now. They'd have to... Oh, David Bowie's still potentially coming in, but they need to get something going here. Xanther just went down. Budokai is still alive. Adip's still alive. Get some spam going. Some good spam coming off from him. But he's a little bit early. These nades are coming in, which are nice, and they've cleared out the force fields, but everyone's standing on the flag now. Now they really need to take care of a Lakbon. That's the key. Where is a Lakbon? He is right there, standing back there, hiding from all the damage. He is starting the snipes on David Bowie. Small Kiwi does pick it up. He is going to try and go for it, but he's got no health. He needs to punt it. He doesn't manage to get the punt off. 4 seconds left. This is game over. Game, set, and match. There comes the return, and... Oh, just return it already. Yep, there we go. That's game over. 1-0 in favor of Team Epidemic over Team Egocentric on Rain Dance. That was the first in the best of 3. I must say that, to me, that felt a lot more like Egocentric lost it rather than Epidemic winning it, because their defense collapsed and they didn't respond at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Obviously, we're not privy to their vent or TS, but I don't know if their morale just fell through. But they didn't shift strategy, and while their defense obviously didn't let anything up anymore, Epidemic wasn't really trying anything anymore at that point. It was a real shame to see them not shift their strategy with a full 6 minutes to go, because that's plenty of time to get 1 or 2 caps.
Yeah, I feel like that was just a lot of uncoordinated offense on both sides, actually. I think they really could have done a lot better. I would, the offense was good at times, but the problem is their cappers just weren't timed with it very well. They always cleared the stand, and their cappers were still a good 10-15 seconds out, and by that time everyone's respawned and they're back on the stand. So, it felt maybe a little slow paced to a lot of the people watching, and I don't blame you for thinking that, but I honestly think that's sort of the fault of the teams rather than the fault of the map. I think the map is fine. You just need to execute your strategy, which, to me, it didn't look like they were. So do you have any final thoughts before we wrap up Map 1 and move on to Map 2?
Not anything huge, although I think Egocentric still does have a chance at this, because they do seem to play a little better on the close-in maps. So with, I think, Kata, that's really not range. What was the tiebreaker again?
Drydock.
Yeah, with Drydock, if they do manage to win Kata, I think they could win Drydock still and pull out a victory for this round.
Yeah, the one thing the 1-0 does say is that the two teams are fairly even, at least on that style of map, and Katabatic is it's not the same size, but it's not that far off either, so it should at least be a fairly good, even, solid game, or interesting game at the very least, for Katabatic. So I do see, as you mentioned, I do think Egocentric, they have a chance. They just need to work on their strategy a little bit, get their timing a little bit better, and they could really, give Team Epidemic a run for their money, if not take a map or take the whole series. So, yeah, let's hope that they give us something good in the next map and that they improve a little bit on their strategy. Maybe they've calmed down. They're like, look, we're the underdogs now. We're down a map. We've got nothing to lose, so let's just give it all we got. And, so yeah, that's going to be Map 1 for you. It was 1-0 for Team Epidemic over Team Egocentric on Rain Dance. We are playing a best of 3. This is the Round 2 matchup for the CSN tournament. You were watching the YodelCast. I am Doc Lettuce. Joining me, as always, was Freelii. Thank you all for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next map of Katabatic.